Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shaughnessy, and on this channel we discuss fragrance, beauty, and wellness. And if you simply like to have a good time and you like my vibe, subscribe. So y'all, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Everyday Luxuries Collection that was released in certain stores from Bath & Body Works. So there are 10 fragrance mists in this collection. They are supposed to be duping perfumes, designer perfumes, some niche perfumes, and that's why it's called Everyday Luxuries. My take is that you can get, the same scent that costs maybe $300+ for $18.95. So that is what I'm going to be reviewing today. We're going to be talking about, but before we get started, I wanted to tell you what is on my lips. I have on the NYX lip liner in 834 Prune and the Chanel gloss in 726. It doesn't tell me the color, but that is the number, and I hope it's zooming in because I don't know if it did or didn't until I'm editing, but it will be tagged below. Okay, you all, so we're just gonna jump into it and then we'll discuss the collection at the end. So the first one I am going to talk about is Lost in Santal. This has notes of warm cardamom, satin, sandalwood, and cedarwood. Okay, y'all, when I smelled this, I immediately went, this smells like Finery's Jungle Santal from Target. And this is supposed to be a dupe of Le Labo's Santal 33. This is not my scent preference. I asked a few people to get, various opinions. My brother, he didn't like this version. He didn't like Finery's version either. I took it to, I had some of my friends smell it. One said, oh no, and my other friend says, this is my type of scent. This, to me, this Lost in Santal or the Labo Santal 33 dupes, I've noticed it appeals to certain people. It's not a bad scent. I remember I was watching some TV show, they even mentioned it, somebody in the guy said, oh, you smell really good. And she said, oh yeah, I'm wearing this Le Labo Santal 33. So it is a very popular, well-known fragrance. If you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you hate it. I am one, it's earthy, it's minty, it's very green to me. A little spicy in this one, but mostly what my nose picks up from Lost in Santal is just green, earthy mintiness. And that is not how I want to smell. So this is one, just like the Finery Jungle Santal, this one is going back because I do not want it in my collection. And again, that is Lost in Santal. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is Getaway Sor. And I'm trying to, there it is, right in front of me. I do like the packaging of this collection, but I don't like the price, because when you get these type of facets or any bottle with a design in the plastic, it goes up in price. But Getaway Sor has notes of sun-kissed mandarin, tuberose, and solar musk. I sprayed all these earlier. Okay, this is supposed to be a dupe of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, and I have it here. Some of them, when I have the fragrance, I'll bring it. I already forgot one of them, you all, but I'm not going to get it. I compared them side by side, and it is almost an exact dupe. This Getaway Sor smells really good. Really, really good to me. If you love Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, or if you've smelled it, you don't want to spend that money, honey, this smells really, really good. And to me, it's practically exact. It's a practically, I don't want to say 100%, but I'm going to say 98, 99%. That's how good this dupe is, in my opinion. Getaway Sor. This dupe I prefer over the finery dupe of Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. I can't remember the name of it, but I think that one got discontinued, or it was on sale a lot. Maybe it's not discontinued, but it smelled really good to me, but it wasn't exact practically to Tom Ford. It was just like in the scent DNA of it. This Getaway Sor smells practically identical. It is so good. So I'm gonna keep this one even though I don't need it because I have Soleil Blanc, because honey, that's how good it smells. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is on the horizon. This has notes of watery bergamot, blue lotus, and driftwood moss. When I smell this, I've watched a few videos, and this seems to be the one of the fragrance mists people are like, I'm just not sure what it reminds me of. This reminds me of light blue, but previous Bath and Body Works release, Saltwater Breeze. That is what On the Horizon smells like to me, because Saltwater Breeze to me, when I will never forget, I walked in, sprayed that mist and said, this smells like Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue. This On the Horizon gives me vibes of that, but it's more aquatic. So that's why I'm saying it's possibly duping Light Blue, but it is repackaging. And it's still not exact to Saltwater Breeze, but it's like light blue and Saltwater Breeze with more aquatic notes in On the Horizon. That is what my nose picks up. It is good though. I like it. I don't love it, but it smells good, so I'm probably gonna keep it. This On the Horizon, just like Saltwater Breeze, is more unisex, because to me Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, it has a sweetness to it when I wear it, but well, I don't have it in my collection anymore, but when I did have the original, this On the Horizon is just more aquatic and more cologne like, and that's why in my opinion it leans more towards Saltwater Breeze. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is Floral Fantasy. This has notes of peach osmanthus, jasmine, and warm patchouli. Y'all, when I smelled this, immediately I said, flower bomb, flower bomb. This smells exactly like Victor and Ross Flower Bomb to me. But honey, okay. So Luminous came out either earlier this year or last year. I can't remember when. And to me, Luminous, you either have the people, the reviewers or commenters, they either thought it was La Vieille Belle from Lancôme or Flower Bomb. So my nose picked up Flower Bomb, and my nose picks up from Floral Fantasy Flower Bomb too. But guess what? It's not as good as Luminous, and it doesn't smell as good as Flower Bomb in my opinion. This is not a great dupe. This doesn't, to me, smell of high quality, this Floral Fantasy. I mean, if you're going to go for a dupe or something that smells similar to Flower Bomb, I would go with Luminous, in my opinion, over Floral Fantasy. It's just something in here that's kind of annoying and screechy to my nose. And I had one of my friends smell it, and she loves Flower Bomb, and she didn't pick up Flower Bomb from this, okay? Then I had my other friend smell it, and her mom, she said she knows the scent from her mom, and she said, oh, this smells exactly like Flower Bomb. So, you know, it all depends on how your nose depicts fragrances. It just shows you, just right there. One friend loves Flower Bomb, wears it. One friend associates Flower Bomb with her mom because that's all she wears. And then they didn't both pick up on Flower Bomb. But I picked up that this is what I'm getting from Floral Fantasy, and it's not a good dupe of Flower Bomb in my opinion. When I smelled it, yes, I knew it was Flower Bomb, but it's not. It's just something in here that doesn't smell of quality to me. It's just something in this fragrance mist that's not blended well, that's a little off. Because even my friend who said it reminds me of Flower Bomb, she said it's a little strange though. It's just something about it that I don't particularly love, okay? So if you're looking for a more affordable version a flower bomb or to layer with your flower bomb fragrance. In my opinion, I would recommend Luminous from Bath & Body Works over Floral Fantasy. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is Petal Parade. This has notes of neroli petals, orange flower, and white woods. Okay, when I first smelled this one took me a minute. I feel like this smells like Prada Paradox, but not exact. Yes, this to me, to my nose, Petal Parade is a dupe for Prada Paradox. Now, like I said, it gives me Prada Paradox vibes, and it's really good. And this is one I have to keep smelling it, and it gets better and better the more I smell it. So if you love Prada Paradox, because at first it was giving me, it's like it's a mixture between the original Prada Paradox I just showed you and Prada Paradox Intense. It's like they tried to combine both of them into Petal Parade. And at first I was like, which one is it? What is it? I don't know about it. But then the more I smelled it, I did enjoy it. So I feel like I'm going to keep this one because it does smell good. It does smell like Prada Paradox to me. Both of them, the original and the Intense, all in this one mist. So it is a good dupe, Petal Parade. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is You Musk. This has notes of iris, pink pepper, and airy musk. Okay, when I smell this, I immediately thought of Kaleidoscope from Bath & Body Works. I also thought of Killian Rolling in Love. And for some reason, Kaleidoscope, this scent profile always reminded me of Rolling in Love from Killian. Very similar, not exact. I wouldn't even say it's a dupe of it, but if you have smelled Killian's Rolling in Love and you wanted something to layer with it, I have done that combination. It's good. It always has reminded me of it. I also have Glossier You, and I haven't sprayed this one in a minute, so I'm gonna have to spray a tester. Yeah, it's Glossier You, which Kaleidoscope was supposed to be a dupe of Glossier You, and now they brought back You Musk as Kaleidoscope and a dupe of Glossier You. Because I let my brother smell this because he loves Kaleidoscope. I didn't say anything. I said just smell it and tell me what you pick up from You Musk. He smelled it, he went. He said, this is Kaleidoscope. He said, why did they name it You Musk? It's so musk in here. And I mean, the notes, I didn't feel like digging out my Kaleidoscope mist, but I do remember some of the same notes that's in You Musk in Kaleidoscope. So this to me is a repeat repackage. If you have been with Bath & Body Works for a minute, this is Kaleidoscope, which was always duping Glossier You, but it just, to my nose, also reminds me of Killian Rolling in Love. So, but it's an official dupe of Glossier You. But if you have Kaleidoscope, let's say if you were one of the people who bought like 20 bottles of Kaleidoscope, do you need You Musk? I mean, not really. Now, I have one bottle of Kaleidoscope and one bottle of this, and I feel like I'm good because I have Glossier You. You can get this now at Sephora. And this is very strong. Like, I've noticed with these fragrance mists, they almost smell like perfume mist. You know that line? I thought I had maybe had the cologne mist at Bath & Body Works. That line they have that's a little bit stronger, a little bit more long lasting. That's what these fragrance mists remind me of. They remind me more of a perfume mist, more so than the average fragrance mist. And that's how they should have advertised these, marketed them. But yeah, this is good. If you like Kaleidoscope, you're going to like You Musk. If you like Glossier You, you're going to like You Musk. This is a good one. Like I said, I'm going to keep it in my collection. Oh, and one of my friends liked this, and one, she said, oh no, I can't do this scent. And what was funny was one of my friends was like, this is one, when she smelled it, this is one I can tell you got to put it on your skin to see if you're going to love it, which is true. like I say with all fragrances, but it's some that you definitely have to put them on your skin and it changes the whole scent. And this scent DNA is kind of one of those types. So if you smell it in store, spray just a little bit on your skin and then walk around and make your final decision if this collection is in your stores. So If You Musk is a good one. The next one we're going to talk about is Oh Cherry. This has notes of black cherry, sheer magnolia, and tonka bean. Okay, when I smelled this, I went, ooh, this is a smooth, somewhat creamy cherry. It's good. It is good. Now, everybody is saying this is a dupe for Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. I have to disagree, because Lost Cherry has a boozy, a very heavy, prevalent, noticeable booziness. This to me, Oh Cherry, and from the notes, it has no booziness. Tom Ford has 2 other cherry fragrances. I feel like this is more so of a dupe of, I think it's Electric Cherry, but not exact. I just think people see cherry and go Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. But to me, this does not smell like, I have Lost Cherry dupes in my collection, and Oh Cherry does not smell like those dupes in my opinion. This is sweeter, creamier, more of a sensual cherry, where I consider Tom Ford more of Lost Cherry, more of a boozy cherry. So I would say it's closest to Electric Cherry, but not exact. I've never smelled cherry smoke, but this is good. Like, I will say, I'm not going to say if you like Lost Cherry, you will like this, because you might like that liqueur note that's in there. I think it's cherry liqueur, and I can really pick up on some of that booziness. But if you like, what is the cherry Bath and Body Works just came out with? Sweetheart Cherry. I think that's what it's called. If you like that cherry, if you like cherry fragrances in general, I think Oh Cherry is wonderful. In fact, I think this is one I would want one more of, because it smells so good. I was so excited when I smelled this and I didn't get Lost Cherry, because I have a perfume, I have another fragrance mist that's like that. I don't want a Lost Cherry dupe, and I don't feel like Oh Cherry is. I feel like it's maybe a little bit of all the cherry range from Tom Ford, but it is good, you all. It is really, really good. I love it. I want to get possibly one more. We shall see. And again, that is Oh Cherry. Okay, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is, where is it? Covered in Roses. This has fragrance notes of ruby berries, sugared rosebuds, and blush amber. Okay, this one played a little tricky, was messing with my nose and mind for a minute. This is supposed to be a dupe of Parfums de Marly Delina, which was my first ever niche fragrance. First love, my first, niche experience. So when I smelled, when it almost failed, when I smelled Covered in Roses, I was like, what? I got Delina vibes. Let me put it this way. I got Delina vibes, but it was very sharp. It was tart, fruity. That is what a sour, and this fragrance also can take a minute to get used to, but I'm used to the scent DNA now. I'm not someone that's like, I let my friend smell this at work and you're like, oh, she hated it. I'm used to this scent profile now. So I was like, Covered in Roses, no. I was like, you messed up on this dupe, because I was getting Delina and Mugler Angel Nova. And it was like it was thrown together, shaken up, and not blended or anything well. Okay? That's what I was getting at first. But after letting it sit, after smelling it more, I'm going to say it is similar. I smell it and I say, if you know Delina, you'd be like, yes, this does smell like Delina. Now that it's calmed down some more, now that I kept playing with it and smelling it, I do get it. But I'll tell you what, when I first smelled it, I was like, this Covered in Roses reminded me of, you know how when you go, I don't know if they still have these fragrances, but when I was a little girl, my dad would go in Walmart and get those knockoff, like aerosol almost perfume cologne sprays, and he would just have them around and just spray the car or whatever, and they smell like the original perfume, but they smell like a knockoff. They didn't smell of quality, and that is what I was getting from Covered in Roses. Now I will say it does smell like Delina. I've asked multiple people, had them smell this, had them smell Delina, and they all agreed it smelled like Delina. Because I was like, maybe I'm a little biased. So maybe that's why I was asking more people. I will say for $18.95, over $300, you can't beat that with a stick. The packaging is pretty. I like the name of it, Covered in Roses, and it does smell like Delina. So if you get this, give it a minute, because I will say I was like almost like, what in the world did they do? But give it a minute if you have that same reaction that I did, and it gets there, and it's good. So I was talking to my brother. I was like, do you even think I need to keep this? He said, well, whatever you can't afford, Delina, go ahead and keep this so you have it. I said, okay, that makes sense. So I am going to keep this, because this is, I don't know of another fragrance mist that smells like Delina. I know of dupe houses that have duped Delina. I know of other fragrance houses that have Delina vibes to them, but I don't know of a fragrance mist that smells like Delina. So Covered in Roses does smell like Delina. It took a minute, but it does, and it is a good dupe, so I will be keeping it in my collection. Okay, the next perfume we're going to smell, and I just realized I forgot that one too. Oh well. This is Viva Vanilla. This has notes of rich plum, glowing amber, and addictive vanilla. Okay, this went through me for a minute, and it's still throwing me off. When I smelled it, it gave me vibes of Kayali Vanilla 28. Vibes, not exact. But it's something in here that's a little, is it woodiness in here? Oh, glowing amber. It's something like a sweet vanillic woodiness. I don't know exactly what this is duping. I watched one video, they said a perfume, oh my goodness, I can't remember the name of it, that's sold at Ulta from Sniff. It's new. But yeah, I can't exactly place this. I do pick up a little Kayali, but it's not exact. So I'm not going to say this is a dupe of Kayali. I will say with this one, Viva Vanilla doesn't smell like your run-of-the-mill bare vanilla. It doesn't smell like, that's from Victoria's Secret. It doesn't smell like warm vanilla sugar from Bath & Body Works. It doesn't smell like your typical fragrance mist vanilla. It has like a unisex, high-end, niche kind of quality vanilla vibe to it. Because when I think of fragrance mist vanilla, usually they're pretty simple, easy reaches, and, crowd pleasing. This one has a little bit more to it. Viva Vanilla has a little bit more. And it's like a little smoky, woody, sweet, unisex vanilla. But it doesn't even remind me of, what was that? Wicked Vanilla Woods. If you want to compare it to a Bath & Body Works fragrance mist, I would say it's similar to that. I think that's the name of it, you all. I look back there, I don't see it, and I'm not getting ready to dig right now. But I feel like if you like that vanilla, it comes out during usually the Halloween collection at Bath & Body Works. It came out, I think, 2 or 3 times. It's not exact to that, but it'll give you an idea of what Viva Vanilla smells like if you smell that one. But if you like richer, deeper, woodier, unisex vanillas, but it's still sweet, but just not in a sugary, fluffy type of way. It's more a niche smelling vanilla, in my opinion. So yeah, I am going to keep this one. I don't know yet if I'm going to get more of this Viva Vanilla, but it is nice and I do like it. So Viva Vanilla. Okay, the last one we're going to talk about is the one I've heard so many people love. This is Pink Obsessed. This has notes of blushing jasmine, cashmere praline, and vanilla bourbon. This is the one I smelled and I went, this smells like Valentino Donna Born in Roma. Okay, now I know this is a lot of people's favorite and they're loving it. And I do smell Valentino Donna Born in Roma. But for some reason, it's not as good as the perfume in my opinion. It's just not. But it's there. This kind of reminds me of the Brown Sugar Babe. I think it's called Lady Luck. That's their interpretation of Donna Born in Roma. I smelled it. I loved it as a body oil. And I knew it smelled like Valentino Donna Born in Roma. But it didn't smell exact. Not as rich. That's kind of what I get with Pink Obsessed. It's good. Like I said, if you don't want to pay these perfume prices, honey, and you want to smell like Valentino Donna Born in Roma, or you got a teenage girl and she's always getting your fragrance off of your counter, you can go get her some of these if these are some of the ones she's sneaking and spraying, because it does smell like it. This is one Pink Obsessed kind of reminds me of Covered in Roses. The more I smell it, the better it gets. So it does smell like Valentino Donna Born in Roma. It's like a somewhat fruity bourbon vanilla smooth type of a little floral fragrance. It's very easy. Valentino Donna Born in Roma, it's very crowd pleasing. I've never had anyone smell it and didn't like it. And I've had multiple people smell it, and no one I've run across as of yet, because I know there are some who don't like it, but nobody that I've run across in my real life has disliked it. So this is a good dupe. It is a good dupe. So you all, usually I rank these, I guess I could. Oh my goodness, before we close it out. So I hadn't thought about that. So this is on the fly. We all know what number 10 is going to be. But most of them I like. Okay, like one of my friends like 5 of them. One of my friends like 3 of them. I think it's something in here for everyone. So coming in at number 10 is going to be Lost in Santal, because this is just not my scent DNA. A lot of people love it, but it's just not for me. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Floral Fantasy, because it's just something a little off about this one, in my opinion. So this is number 9. Okay, this is where it gets tricky, because the rest of them I really enjoy. Oh my goodness. Okay, coming in at number 8. I'm gonna say it's gonna be on the horizon, because I feel like I don't know exactly what it's duping, which is fine. And I like it, but I'm not like thoroughly in love with it. So this is going to be number 8. Coming in at number 7 is going to be... Okay, I think coming in at number 7, even though this is the one that got 5 stars on Bath & Body's website, Bath & Body Works website, is If You Musk. The only reason it's number 7 for me is because they've done it before. This is Kaleidoscope. So it's nothing... It's not a fragrance that they're duping that they have not done before. So I'm going to take off points for that. Even though this is good, it's coming in number 7, If You Musk. Coming in at number 6 is going to be... Just because I can't tell you for sure what it's duping, and that I like it, but I don't love it, even though it smells very high-end, high quality, is going to be Viva Vanilla. Yeah, I don't know about it. I know I'm going to keep it, but I don't know if it's going to just turn into a love of mine. So Viva Vanilla is going to be number 6. Okay, we're in the top 5 right now. Oh, Lord. Coming in at number 5. Okay, coming in at number 5 is going to be Covered in Roses. Only because it took me on a journey to get to the final Delina destination. And it took the scenic route, honey. But it got there, but I'm taking off points for that too. So number 5 is Covered in Roses. It's a great dupe, but you know, this is where it's getting hard, so I have to be nitpicky. Coming in at number 4, shocking, is going to be Pink Obsessed. This is a good dupe of Donna Born and Roma. It's really good, but again, it took me on a little journey. I didn't immediately fall in love with it, but I got there, but it just took a minute, so that's why it's coming in at number 4, Pink Obsessed. Coming in at number 3 is going to be Petal Parade. Again, it took me on a little journey too. It got to Prada Paradox, but it took a minute. So, points taken off. Number 3, Petal Parade. Oh, Lord. Okay, this is how I'm going to do it. Coming in at number 2 is going to be Getaway Sor, and that's because I've smelled this before. You know, it's multiple fragrances that have this scent DNA. I've even had fragrance mists from Bath & Body Works, from Victoria's Secret, that smell similar to Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So it's not unheard of, you know. So that's points taken off too. It's great. I mean, I loved it first sniff. But that is why it's going to be number 2, Getaway Sor. So coming in at number 1 is Eau Cherry. And it's number 1 because it does not smell like Lost Cherry to me. It's a beautiful, sweet, creamy cherry. It's just so good. And I do love me a good cherry fragrance. So it is number 1, Eau Cherry. Okay, you all. So, okay, before I played with these and tested them out again and talked to other people, at first I was comparing this collection from Bath & Body Works, this Everyday Luxuries collection. I was comparing it to Finery because I think that's where they got the idea to do this, because Finery is so popular. And they have fragrance mists and perfumes. And I was like, I feel like this is where they were marketed to. The people who were loving Finery, duping, more affordable, easy access to higher end fragrances. I mean, in the fragrance mist range. I don't know of another brand that does it but Finery that I know of that's easily accessible. You know, you can go to Target, you can order from Target and get it. So at first I was thinking, Finery did a better job. Now, after really testing them out more, I feel like Bath & Body Works did their thing. They did a good job with duping the fragrances. They made it to where, for the majority of them, if you knew the fragrance, it was easy to say, oh yeah, this is what this reminds me of. So I do think they did a good job. I'm not going to say, at first I was going to say Finery is better at this. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say Bath & Body Works is neck and neck with Finery because they chose good, crowd-pleasing, for the most part, that a lot of people like fragrances to dupe, which was very smart. And I feel like, for the most part, they did an excellent job duping the fragrances they chose to dupe. So I've heard from watching other people's videos, some people were upset that Bath & Body Works had a collection of dupes. And my response to that is, they've been duping perfumes. I mean, there are a ton of videos that are so popular. Well, this fragrance mist smells like this high-end fragrance. Which fragrance mist from Bath and Body Works smells like this perfume? They've been doing it. They just didn't advertise that they were doing it. So why are you upset that they're officially having a collection based off of designer fragrances when they've been doing it for years? I mean, what's the difference? It was unofficial then, so it was fine. It's official now, and you have an issue. I don't even understand that thought process. I really don't. I mean, it would be different if Bath and Body Works had never, ever, ever duped anything, and no one could say their fragrance mists are so exclusive and they don't ever smell like anything else. They don't ever smell like any other fragrance mist. They don't ever smell like any other perfume. That is just Bath and Body Works. They just smell like Bath and Body Works all day. But it's not the case. They've been duping. So now they have an official collection. And when I was telling my friends about it, have them smelling it, they were so excited. They're like, oh my goodness, this is based off of real perfumes, and it was fun trying to guess which perfume it was. And so I don't understand that thought process. I really don't. So I'm not mad at Bath and Body Works for having a collection, making it more affordable, especially in which business is business. So I'm not going to act like they did this out of the goodness of their heart to make something more affordable. I'm not naive. They did, business is business, and business is the business of making money. So this is a way that you get excited. You can save, money from not getting the higher end fragrances if you cannot at this time, or to just layer and enhance and save your expensive perfumes, and then the money goes to Bath and Body Works. So I mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, they did this, it's so wonderful. I mean, I'm touched. No, it was a business decision, and it was a good one in my opinion. It was a good one in my opinion because I feel like the people who love the fragrances that we were talking about and maybe did not want to spend that money, this is an option. You also have the people who do not like to wear perfumes, but like the scent. Voila, you have it in a fragrance mist. You have some people who only like to wear fragrance mist. But then you have some people who, see, you can't please everybody, ever, in life. So then you're going to have the people who, well, I have this perfume. I have Delina. What do I need the mist for? I have Glossier You. What do I want the mist for? So you can't please everyone, but I think the larger population, the majority, will like this collection. And also they made it to where it's not accessible to everyone. And sometimes when things are not accessible, you have two responses. You have the response of I want to get it. It's exclusive. I got to have it. And then you have people like, oh well, whatever. I'm not fooling with that. So you just have to see which side wins out. So it's a good collection in my opinion. I did have practically all of the fragrances, or have smelled all of them except Viva Vanilla that I can't specifically place. So it wasn't exciting to me in the sense of, wow, this is something new to my collection. No, but I can see it being exciting. Like if I had a daughter and she loved Delina, I'm not paying no $300+ for a teenager. So I would go and get her Covered in Roses and go, here you go, girl, enjoy. So I can see the benefits. So I'm not, like I said, kudos to Bath and Body Works. I'm still, the release is what my issue was, not the collection. If you haven't seen my video where I'm talking about some of my issues with this collection, I will link it above. Check it out because I'm not going to go into it in this video. But yeah, I think it's a good collection. And I hope I did a good job explaining how they smell to those of you who cannot get this in your area, who have to blind buy it. That's why I wanted to get multiple people's opinions. That's why I took time, played with them, because I want, and you know me, if you watch me, you know I don't focus on longevity with fragrance mist. But I will say, from playing with these, I feel like they're more of a perfume mist than a fragrance mist. So I wanted to really focus on how they smell, and I hope I did it justice for those of you who don't have a choice, that if you want these, to blind buy them, because I have, you know, this is going to be up before the sale, so you can make your decision. And like I said, I hope I did it justice, and that you can make an informed decision if you can't smell these fragrance mists in person. So if you all enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you've had these, if you smell them. What do you think? Are you mad at Bath & Body Works for duping fragrances? Tell me your thoughts, y'all, because if you feel that way, explain to me the thought process, because I don't get it. So let's talk about it in the comment section. Please share this video with everyone, you all, because we're trying to keep it growing in 2024. And please don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you don't ever miss any of my videos. And as I always say, if you like my vibe, subscribe. Until next time, bye.